Today we will discuss the topic, are some tree species easier to split than others?
Here's a brief history on why hardwoods are hardwoods and why softwoods are softwoods. Hardwoods are deciduous trees that lose their leaves in the winter and grow slower throughout the years. Softwoods are conifers and they keep their needles all year round and grow much faster.
Some essential safety tips before you start chopping wood are:
each log should be at least 12 inches in length and not any longer, just because it'll be harder to chop. And you should know what species you're attempting to chop, so if it's a hardwood or a softwood.
The typical tool is an axe, as Laura's holding here. You want to make sure the axe is fairly sharp before you start. It'll make it easier to chop woods. We recommend that you wear steel toes, just for the safety of your toes.
The two specimens that we're going to be chopping today, one is a hardwood, which is Acer saccharum, sugar maple, and the other specimen is a soft wood, which is Pinus strobus, which is white pine.
So the first one we're doing is the hardwood, which is the pine. So we're going to set it up so she can chop the wood. So you set it up how you want it. Okay, so the grain is fairly straight. Also, the texture is fairly fine, and there's a bit of a wave to it, which as usual. Also, the spores between the lines, as you can see, are fairly close together, which is making the wood more dense compared to the soft pine that you will see in a few minutes. So, now she's going to do the soft pine. This is white pine, and it is a softwood, and the grain is straighter than it was on the maple. White pines have large rays and canals, which are the dark spots, and that is where the sap hides in the tree. Their early wood and late wood are evenly dispersed along the tree, and as you can see, they're more evenly, which is making the wood, and they're very less dense compared to the maple, and they're not as close together, which is making the wood easier to chop.
Out of the two softwood and hardwoods, I found the softwood to be easier to cut as it was less denser and I didn't have to make as many chops in the wood to split it in half.
An interesting fact about splitting wood is that even though hardwoods are harder to chop, it makes better firewood because the log is more dense and it will burn longer in a fireplace, and it'll make the fire last longer. So if you have a wood stove at home, it's probably better for you to have hardwoods, even though it's harder for you to chop.